Hey, Buckley. Do I tie bass flies? I mean, the flies I tie can be used for bass, but I'm a fishing guide down here in Louisiana, so I tie them for redfish, but they'll work with bass also. So I'm going to take some olive deer tail right here. Cut off a chunk of this. I'll wrap it loosely to start with on here. And then go back and wrap it tight. You like that, bad actor? Alright. Alright. I like taking and putting a black magic marker and putting some black stripes on the tail. Alright. Now we're going to throw some flashing on there. And what's up, Mortis? All right, first we're gonna go with some olive color flashing. Just cut off a chunk of that. Once I get it started like that, I'll kind of pull it parallel, pull it down parallel with the hook on each side, run it down like that. And now we're going to do the same thing with some gold flashing. So we got some gold flashing right here. Can't really go wrong with that gold when it comes to fishing. Go ahead and put some gold flashing on here. If y'all are new to the channel, please subscribe. I got over 700 videos on my channel. Most of them are fishing. They're not all me sitting here tying flies. So most of my videos are fishing. So if y'all like this kind of stuff, please subscribe. If y'all hit the like button, it helps me out a lot. All right, a little bit of gold flashing, a little bit of olive flashing, and we'll trim some of that flashing off at the end just so it's not quite that long. All right, I bought some new little crazy legs. If you bass fish, it's the same thing as spinnerbait skirt. And you don't have to have legs on this fly, but I think it'll look cool, so we're gonna do that. All right, I want these orange tips to kind of face outward, so I'm just going to cut off a couple of these or break off a couple of these. All right, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap these just like I do that flashing. I'm going to wrap them like this right here just to get them started. And then I'll go ahead and do the same thing we did the flashing. I'm going to pull them down parallel and wrap them on there. Now I don't need them to be as long as they are, so we're going to cut like that. Just to add a little bit more action. These are very simple flies to tie right here that I'm tying. And this color of fly that I'm tying right here, this style and this color, is my most fish catching this color. So those of you that don't know, I'm a fishing guide down here in Louisiana. This is my most fish catching style and color that we throw right here. In fact, I was waiting for some more. I had to order some more material for it that I was waiting to get in, because I tie so many of these. So, but I got the material in today. And all right, y'all, so this right here is minnow head brush. There's a wire that runs down through the middle of this. You can get it in all kinds of colors. This is like a good natural. It's got some olive in it. It's got a little red, a little orange, a little blue. It's like a really good natural color. Cutting off a couple of inches of it. I said this is a quick, easy tie to fly. In fact, a lot of my redfish flies that I tie are kind of based around this fly because it's very simple and it works. It's a very simple design. Tying saltwater flies is not like tying trout flies or something like that. What's up, Gator? So if you're tying like trout flies, like brown trout and rainbows, all that stuff, which I don't even do, but a lot of those guys are trying to tie something that looks exactly like they're trying to match the hatch. Well, saltwater fish are usually a lot more aggressive, especially redfish. So if you just tie something, I mean, they'll eat just about everything. But so this right here is just a kind of a natural colored looking fly. But usually, if it goes in front of a redfish's face, he's gonna eat it. So, all right. So I'm gonna take my little clippers right here, y'all, and just clip onto that. It just makes it easier to wrap it. And as I'm wrapping this, I'm just keeping this material folded backwards as much as possible towards the back of the fly. And I'm starting from the back and working towards the front of the fly, the eyes. Like I said, this fly right here is my most fish catchingest color. Most of my clients have probably fished with this fly at some point. Trying to make it where y'all can see the fly, but I can see, or y'all can see the colors, but I can see to do what I'm doing. Got my. Oh, you gotta be okay. Yeah. Oh, it's a Hermitage. The what? The homoerotic Trump merch. That's hilarious, Invictus. All right, now this is what this material I was waiting on. This is just hollow fiber wrap from Sightcast Fishing. I was out of this color, and I used this color right here on this fly. I thought about going today, but when I woke up this morning, it was like 28 degrees. I decided not to. But I should have went. The wind, it was good winds all day. I should have went. All right, so what we're gonna do on this right here, y'all, we're just gonna do the same thing we did on the minnow head brush. We're just gonna cut off a few inches of it. And this finishing touch on this fly is what really makes this fly look awesome. So we're just gonna go ahead and get that started on there. Like that. And wrap it up. One reason I didn't go today, because man, you know, I spinning rod fish, but I love my fly fishing. And I just figured I would have to probably run all the way to the Gulf today to find any clean water. And that's really one reason I just didn't worry about going. All right, y'all, now we're gonna wrap this. Like I said, this holographic wrap or hollow fiber wrap, whatever. This color is what really sets this fly off and gives this fly like the action, and the color really makes this fly such a really good. All right, that's good enough. That's probably more than enough, actually. I'll go ahead and tie this off. All right, we'll pull this back, tie everything off right here. Oh, what's up? What's up, Liam? Hey, Roy. Yeah. My trips. Uh, I was supposed to fish yesterday and to wait. What? I don't even know what today is, man. Today Monday. I don't even know what today is. I think I was supposed to fish Sunday and Monday, and they got canceled because of the wind. I didn't cancel it. The clients did, but I was supposed to be out there fishing. Today would have been great. Well, people love my shirt, don't they? Look, y'all don't like the shirt? I know it's. You're right. It should say 4.7 on there. Actually, it should have been. It should have been what 4.5, 4.6, and 4.7 with all the evidence. But we already knew it was stolen, but now they got the evidence proving it. They ought to give him. They ought to give him another term, huh? Since he really won 3 times. Still in the Grove. Man, I do not know. I know the Redfish are. I don't know. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, all right, y'all. So that's the first. We're gonna do. I'm gonna do a few of these. Like I said, let me cut off a little bit of this gold right here. That looks a little shaggy. Very simple fly, y'all. This is it's like a Hopedale crab. I'm gonna go ahead and tie some more of these. So what I'm doing, I'm getting ready. There's a fly fishing festival coming up in May, and I'll be selling a bunch of flies there. So, llama, you should call this fly the DJT 1000. That's the DJT. That's hilarious, man. I wish tomorrow the winds were better. I had a buddy that went to he went to Chalmette this morning, fly fishing. I mean not fly fishing, trout fishing. 3 of them did. Speckled trout, and they limited out in 30 minutes. Had 3 limits of trout in 30 minutes, and they said the water was dirty, and they still limited out. Hey, you just said that, Gator, but I actually got this right here. Hey, Gator, you said something about Mardi Gras colors. I actually bought some purple and gold. I'm gonna tie some Mardi Gras flies. I'm gonna tie some Mardi Gras flies, man. Thank y'all. Yeah, 30 minutes. They had 3 limits of speckled trout, and down here the limit is 15 per person. They actually caught some 5-pound speckled trout today. Oh, Galliano, that's awesome. Do a king cake one. That's hilarious. Maybe we can call it the king cake, man. I'm gonna make it up as I go along anyway. I mean, we can call it whatever we want to call it. The king cake fly. We'll do a couple more of these right here. Just because I already got the stuff out, we'll do a couple more of these, and then we'll tie some king cake flies. From Florida. I'm actually, I might move to Florida here pretty soon. I don't know. Kind of get nervous. Yeah, man. Whenever I pull a boat, whenever I'm pulling a boat behind the truck, I worry about everybody else on the road. I'm worried about somebody coming up and hitting my motor from behind or whatever. But every time I pull a boat, I'm worried about everybody else. All right, y'all, we'll throw some glue on here. For those of you new to the channel, y'all, please subscribe. I've got over 700 videos on the channel. Most of them are fishing videos. They're not just me tying flies. So if you want to check out some big fish, check out my channel. You'll see some giant redfish and stuff. All right, y'all. Now we're going to take a deer tail and we're going to put the whole thing on here like this. Like that. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. That was just a joke. All right, so we are going to take a deer tail and cut off a chunk of it. Just a little chunk. You can use crafting fur also. Crafting fur does the same thing. We're going to lay it on there. We're going to wrap it loosely to start. And then once it's on there, I go ahead and wrap it up tight. All right. Take a black Sharpie. Put some stripes on the tail. All right, now we're going to take some olive colored flashing. Just take several strands of it. Oh, you like that, Maverick? All right. Some people like it, man, and why am I thinking about moving to Florida? So I'm real busy here in the fall and the winter. That's my busy seasons, fall and winter. Well, I say early winter. Usually this time of year in like spring and summer starts to slow down. The fishing's great, but the charters just slow down. But during the summer in Florida, they're busy. And so I'm thinking about just moving over to the Panhandle. And I'll come back here during the fall because I got I got a lot of clients, so I'll come here during the fall and fish the busy season. And then I'll live in Florida and guide Florida spring and summer. Now, I will still do trips here in the summertime and the springtime. In other words, it's not that far of a drive for me to come from Florida to get over here to run some trips. So I'll still do that. What am I talking about? Oh, thank you, Llamas. Yeah, man, I love the fishing here, but I'm kind of tired of being here, if you know what I mean. I don't know. I love being out in the marsh. I love it out there. But other than that, I'm just kind of ready to go. So I'm not from here, but I've lived off and on down here since 1997. So um, I feel like I'm basically from here, although I'm not. And I don't know. I'm just ready to do something different. Um, yeah, the fish grew up in Georgia. Yeah, Powder Springs. Yeah, Powder Springs is nice. All right, now we're gonna go back with the um, what you call it, the minnow head brush, y'all. Camp Lejeune. I've never been. I've never been there. I had flown when I was going through training with the Navy. I had flown around there, but of course, I didn't. I wasn't in the Marine, so. Um. Well, thank y'all for the thumbs ups, everybody. That stuff really helps a lot. Um, a few days ago, I looked at my analytics or whatever on YouTube, and it says like almost 89% of the people that watch it or not or watch my channel or not subscribe. So all that thumbs up and stuff, that really helps a lot. All right, y'all. Now we're gonna take the hollow wrap. Did 8 years in the Army after that, yeah. Wow. I know, man. I hadn't forgot. I still got to take you fishing. We still got to go fishing. Do I fish saltwater or freshwater? Both. So I'm a fishing guide in Louisiana for saltwater. Redfish, speckled trout, all that kind of stuff. But I fish freshwater. I grew up fishing freshwater. I used to fish bass tournaments a lot, like all the time. But since I guide, I just don't have time to fish them. Had a lot of buffalo trout. Oh, really? You gonna sell that? Yeah, Kevin. He's leasing it. He's leasing it, but I think he's still gonna sell that house if he can. But he's got it leased out right now. You could probably get quite a chunk of money for it since you got the boat slip. Shoot, I'd love to have it, man, but that's gonna be a chunk of money right there. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. What's that, G bro? Thank you, man. I could probably raise this up just a hair. Let's do. Let me see. Let's do at least one more of these, y'all. Let's do at least one more of these right here. I'm just trying to get a bunch done to sell coming up. Oh, wow. The shirt, llama, the shirt, I got off of Officer Tatum. He's a YouTuber, Officer Tatum. He used to be a police officer in Arizona. His YouTube channel officer is called The Officer Tatum, I think, and he sells merchandise on there. And it's one of his. Yeah, the Officer Tatum, man, you'll love his content. He used to be a SWAT police officer in Arizona. It's Tatum, I think. Officer Tatum. Yeah. Yeah, that's where I got the shirt from. Thank y'all for watching, everybody, and thank y'all for the thumbs up. So I got 25 of them. That helps a lot, y'all. I don't work for YouTube, but from what I understand, the more thumbs up I get, the more it kind of sends it out across the algorithm or whatever, and the more people will watch it. So we're gonna do this last one like this right here of this Hopedale crab, and then we'll tie some what you call it, some king cake flies. There you go, Liam. We'll tie some king cake flies after this one, y'all, since it's Mardi Gras. All right, man. I gotta change my battery out real quick. I'll get with us. We'll go fishing. We'll go catch them here real soon, man. I change up my battery, y'all. Sorry, I had to change out my battery on my light. It lasts a long time. There we go. All right, after we do this last fly right here, everybody, we're gonna do some king cake looking flies. I don't even know what they look like because I'm gonna make it up as I go along. We're gonna tie some king cake flies after this, y'all. Since it's Mardi Gras time. A Kenta, what? Uh, man, I want one of those camps out there bad, Gator. If they weren't so much money, man. If I had one of those camps, I think I can make money with it because I'd fix it up good enough to where clients could stay out there. I think I could make money with one if I had one. I messed the tail up on this one just a little bit. That's all right. Surprised on how big those alligators. Oh, dude, there's some monsters, man. I can't believe the people that actually go out there and go swimming and stuff around all those alligators. Like, screw that, dude. I got pictures of me holding up what used to be 40-inch fish that are chopped in half. Screw that. All the bull sharks and alligators and stuff. I mean, man, I'll see bull shark. We'll be out there fly fishing in a foot of water and have bull sharks come by the boat in a foot of water. So, you know, I'm not trying to voluntarily get in that water out there. Get this ice machine out there too. Oh yeah. Man, I want to camp out there because I'd fix it to where I could have clients out there, and then what I could do is just go pick them up at the dock to take them fishing. And I think I can make some money doing that. Hey Gator, did you see the camp on the island? The camp on the island that got taken out by the water spout or whatever, the brand new camp, and it got torn out by the water spout. So anyway, Gator, the camp on the island right there in Wilkerson that got taken out by the water spout, they got that thing for sale for $225,000. Yeah, yeah. Wilkinson's Canal right there, where all the camps are. That's like, you know, anywhere from probably 13 to about 16, 17 feet deep right there. I've sat right there in Wilkinson's Canal close to the camps and caught speckled trout, especially like in the springtime and stuff out there in that deep water. I shouldn't have let go. I accidentally let go of the. All right, I'll stop in there and I'll at least check it out for you next time I go out there, man. What's up, Owen? Yeah, that one on that island, they got it for sale for $225,000. I think they only stayed in it maybe 3 or 4 times before it blew away. When am I doing the giveaway for Rod? I'm glad you reminded me of that, man. I will, like here, maybe tomorrow or whatever, I will figure out how I'm going to do it, and I will post it so y'all can, I'll let y'all know. Let's see. On that thing. That one camp out there, you only got 2 fly rods. I got an 8 weight and a 3 weight. Yeah, 8 weight's all you need for down here. I mean, I use a 10 weight a lot, but an 8 weight will work. That one camp out there, just like it's kind of metal. It's raised up real high and it's kind of metal. That's a cool looking camp, you know. All right, we're gonna put some hollow wrap on here, y'all. Well, 11 weight. Yeah. I don't have an 11. I got a 12 weight. Shoot, they use 11 weights. You can use 11 weights for all kinds of stuff. You can use those for tarpon and stuff. Y'all, we're going to finish up this fly, and then we're going to tie some Mardi Gras looking colored flies. Because we got this Mardi Gras time down here in Louisiana. And yeah. It's a 8 weight. It's made by Cortland. You know, they make Cortland line. It's an 8 weight fly rod. It's the I mean, it's brand new. I got in a box, but it's in my closet back here. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I've had it now for a while. I bought it a while back just to give away, and I hadn't done it yet. No, it's combo. It's rod and reel, and it's already got line. It's actually already got line on it. Sammy with the waters. Gotcha. Yeah, I'd love to have one out there, man. I'd take one and just, like I said, I'd fix it up, put a Home Depot shack or something on there for people to stay in, and then I could pick them up at the dock. Uh, I don't know if I know. I don't know if I know who that is, man. All right, y'all. We just finished our third little fly like that. Let's swap it up and we'll tie some Mardi Gras looking flies. So let me swap out the stuff, materials, y'all, and we'll tie some different flies. So swapping out material, and we will tie some Mardi Gras flies, y'all. Everybody give me just a second. We're swapping out material. It takes just a second to swap everything out. I think we're almost ready. We're gonna tie some Mardi Gras flies, everybody. Oh, I'll see you later, Gator. All right, man. Almost ready, everybody. Those of you that are watching, we're going to tie some Mardi Gras colored flies. That's what we're about to do. Trying to fix my thread real quick. There we go. All right, y'all. About to tie some Mardi Gras flies real quick. All right, here we go. I think I got everything we need. All right, let's tie some Mardi Gras flies. All right, just gonna go with a 2-aught Umpqua saltwater hook right here. I was kind of trying to decide which color thread I want to use, but I guess I'll go with the purple. So Mardi Gras colors, y'all, are usually like purple, gold, and green. I'm pretty sure that's the Mardi Gras colors. All right, we're gonna go with a gold eye on this one. This is a large eye. So I think it's like 1/20th of an ounce. But it'll fit the theme. You know, the Mardi Gras colored theme. What I was doing just then, I like to line up, you know, you want your eye 90 degrees as much as possible with the hook. It don't have to be perfect, but as close as you can. Now we're just doing some cross wraps. Now we'll hit it with some helicopter wraps to tighten it down. And now go ahead and just run the thread base. All right, put some glue over that thread, over the eyes to keep that stuff from spinning. Hit it with a UV light. All right. We're gonna go with a purple tail since we're doing Mardi Gras colors. And this is a purple deer tail. Just got to cut a chunk of it off. So I'm just going to take a chunk of deer tail right here. All right, first we wrap it loose to get it started. And then go ahead and wrap it tight. Spun a little bit. That's fine. All right, now we're going to add all kinds of cool colors. We got to put green, gold, and some purple on here. That's about the best green flashing that I have right there. It's just going to have to work. So we'll put some green flashing on here. Those of you just joining, we're just doing some, we're tying some Mardi Gras color flies now. Someone said we need to call this one a king cake, so we're going to call it a king cake. All right, we got some green in there. Let's go ahead and put some purple. Actually, I'm going to put the gold first. So we're going to take some gold flashing now. Put some gold flashing on here. Y'all know how I am over that fly tying. I like having some shiny on the hiney. So we're going to put some gold on here, put some shiny on it. There we go. Got some green, got some gold. Now let's do a little bit of purple. Purple flashing. So those of you, if anybody's just joining, we're tying some Mardi Gras colored flies. Somebody said, Lucius Barba said, put the Israeli flag on it, stupid. I'm pro-American. I'm America first. I live in America. So I wasn't in the Israeli military. I was in the American military. So all right, we got some green, we got some gold, we got some purple in there. Let me see if I got something right there. I was looking for a certain color, but I might be out. All right, so we're going to put a purple, we're going to use some purple, what you call it, saddle hackle. Your president is, boy. You know what? I didn't say that I have to agree with everything Trump says or does. I just said that I'm America first. So. All right, go ahead and run this saddle hackle around. Working from the back, going towards the front. I don't know, man. Every once in a while, I thought it was always supposed to be the tolerant left. Isn't that what people say, the tolerant left? But the left is never tolerant. I don't get it. I don't know why they call them the tolerant left. It should be the intolerant left, shouldn't it? All right, now we're going to take the finishing touch is going to be this gold and purple, the holographic wrap. I ordered this right here just for this fly. Haven't even used it yet. Brand new. Let's see. I got to find the end of it. There it is. Stuff's like 3 yards long, I think. So, all right, we're just going to cut off a few inches of it. Get that started, and then we'll wrap it up. Wrap it tight like Andre 3000, baby. All right. Oh, thank you, G bro. Yeah, we just kind of made this one up as we went along right here. Little Mardi Gras fly. Oh, what's up? Is that Brits? What's up, Brits? Am I saying that right? Brit. All right, let's put some glue. Put some glue over the thread. That'll be about that for that fly. Somebody said happy poop. All right, let's go ahead and hit that with an ultraviolet light. That looks pretty Mardi Gras like, don't it? I might have could have went with a little bit more green. On the next one, I'll go with a little more green. That looks pretty good. I think I want to trim it down just a hair. Just going to trim down some of that hollow wrap just a hair. Yeah, I think we need to go with some green, a little bit more green on the next. You can see the green in there, but just not. Thank you, Shamanda. All right, y'all. Let's do some more. That was the first Mardi Gras fly. Let's do some more, y'all. Let me grab some water real quick. All right. Oh, I forgot. I actually forgot to do an ingredient that time. We'll do it on the next one. I took an ingredient out to use, and I forgot to use it. We'll do it this time. All right, let's go with some thread base Davy 504. Shout out Davy 504 base. All right. I hate it when that happens. I forget to put something. I know, man. I know. It's usually because I'm sitting here watching the chat and trying to talk back and forth and all that, and I'll I'll be sitting here talking back and forth with y'all, and I'll forget to add something to the fly. But it's a redfish fly. The redfish will eat it anyway. What did I miss? I missed something. What did I miss? Y'all talking about something I missed. Forget. You look like my lost. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Miss Jenny. Took me a second to figure out what y'all were talking about. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and finish putting these eyeballs on there. Then we'll run our thread base. Shout out Davy 504 down the hook. Put some glue on here over the thread so the eyes don't spin. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes they spin anyway, y'all. You'll get out there and you'll catch one or two 20-pounders, and sometimes it'll make the eyes spin around anyway, but that's just the way it is. You just spin them back, ain't no big deal. Unless the fly gets completely shredded and broke apart, I'll just spin the eyes back around and keep using it. But you can normally catch a whole bunch of fish on one fly. I've got flies I've used for years. All right. Purple deer tail right here, y'all. We're going to grab a chunk of purple deer tail. You can also use crafting fur if you have that, same thing, or it'll do the same thing on this fly. So we're gonna wrap that loose and then go back and wrap it tight. There we go. Now we're going to put on the flashing. Oh, thank you, G-Bro. We're going to go with the green flashing first. So this time we're going to use more green. Last time, the amount of green I used just didn't Mardi Gras enough. So we're going to make it a little bit more Mardi Gras. So we're going to take that green, put the green flashing on here. What you do, you take and wrap it around your thread like this. And then I pull it up out of the way like that to get it started. So I'll wrap it to get it started on the hook like that. And then I take and pull pull it down parallel with the hook, and then wrap it up. That way it's sticking backwards like it's supposed to. All right. We'll go ahead and do some purple. It looks like a pom-pom. Yay! All right, so we'll go with some purple. And this time I won't forget the other ingredient that I forgot last time. This ingredient, because we're out here making king cakes, y'all. We're out here making king cakes. All right, some gold. I don't think I'm gonna put as much gold this time. Just a few strands. Because you're gonna double it over anyway, so that's like what? That's like 5 strands. But you're gonna double it anyway. All right, now we'll put the ingredient I forgot last time. Which was crazy legs. Let's put some crazy legs on there. I'm grabbing 2 of these, but we're going to double them over, but I want the chartreuse to be sticking out. So I'm going to double it over like this right here. I'm going to lay this over on the fly and get that started. Now we got, it's going to be like that. We're going to cut this. And I'm actually going to go ahead and cut just a tiny bit of length off there. Like that. That's the ingredient I forgot last time. Chartreuse is the color we get in walleye, Minnesota. Yeah, G bro. You know what they say about chartreuse, man, when it comes to fishing. If it ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use. If it ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use. All right, we're going to take a piece of purple people eater, piece of purple saddle hackle right here. We cut off this thick part because we don't need that. It's hard to wrap that thick part. It's just going to break on you. All right, so we got our saddle hackle feather. We'll clip our clip on there and wrap it up, B. Wrap it up, B. Wrap it up. Y'all might not remember that from the Hopedale show, but Wrap it up, B. His last, what do you think? I think you might know who my uncle is. I don't know. David Snodgrass. My shirt is so stupid. All right. Now let's go with our hollow wrap. I'll wear this shirt every once in a while when I tie flies, and it's mostly just for the lulls. I mean, some people love it, and then I get some people that just like get TDS'd out about it, man. All right, now we're gonna wrap the hollow wrap. Around our Mardi Gras fly. That's about all we need. It's fine. I'm not worried about if somebody don't like the shirt. It don't bother me at all. All right. We'll tie this one off. All right, y'all. Now we're gonna put some. You know what though about wearing the shirt? It kind of gets it gets everybody watching kind of engaged. You know what I mean? Because y'all are all talking back and forth to each other and stuff. So it kind of gets everybody engaged, which is cool. All right, y'all. Let's tie. I don't want to get everybody bored with tying the same thing. So let's tie. Let's move on to something a little different, I guess. I just don't want everybody getting bored with me tying the same flies. We've tied about, how many ties we've tied 5 flies tonight so far, y'all. We've tied, I can't bend my wrist anymore, but we've tied 5 flies so far tonight. Oh, see you later, country boy. Oh man, I just saw that you're on there. All right, let's swap it out. We'll tie something different. It'll take me just a couple of minutes to swap out the material, y'all. We might tie some little baby baitfish flies. How about we do that? Something different. Like some little small baitfish. Something just a little different. I'm just putting this stuff up real quick, y'all. Putting up the material we had, and we'll grab some other material and we'll tie some little baitfish flies. Give me just a second, y'all. We're swapping out material. We're gonna tie some baitfish flies, everybody. I haven't tied any baitfish flies in a while, so it'll be something a little bit different. Almost ready, just swapping out material, everybody. We don't need any lead eyes on this because the baitfish flies are weightless. We'll try to tie a couple of baitfish flies, and that'll be that. We've already tied 5 flies. We'll do a couple of baitfish, and that'll be that, y'all. Just grabbing my material. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll tie some red, white, and blue. Since we got some Patriots in here tonight. Oh no, I'm out of blue material. We'll have to tie something different. I gotta buy some blue. Sorry, y'all, didn't realize I was out of blue. All right, we're about ready. We'll tie some chartreuse and white baitfish flies. All right, here we go. I think I got enough stuff ready. All right, here we go, y'all. Sorry. There you go, red, white, and blue. I was gonna do the red, white, and blue, man. I didn't realize I'm out of blue. I gotta. I'll get some more tomorrow or something. I've got fly. I use that blue a lot on the bait fish flies because it looks really good. But we'll just go with the white chartreuse. All right, these flies take a little bit longer to make because the hook size. This is a 2-aught. This is a 2-aught Umpqua. It's a saltwater series. Um, the model number is the S415 BN5X. So Bravo Nevada 5 X-ray. So Sierra 415 Bravo Nevada 5 X-ray is the model. It's a 2-aught. All right, y'all. Let's do some bait fish flies. These flies, you kind of layer them when you make them. We're going to do some shorter ones, so they're not going to take as long to tie. We're going to do some little short bait fish flies. So let's do that. So we're going to use white crafting fur, and we're going to use chartreuse crafting fur. And I might throw a little bit different color right towards the head, but we'll see. So we're going to take some white. And I almost forgot. Let's go ahead and run a thread base down the hook real quick. Just a quick thread base. All right. Now, on most bait fish, the bottom of a fish is like where the lighter color is. So we're going to put the white on the bottom. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to split this white right here and put it around the hook like that. All right, we're going to flip it over. I'm going to grab some chartreuse crafting fur. Then we're going to do the same thing on top. So these flies, you kind of layer these flies. All right, now we're going to cut these parts off. Now we're going to do the same thing again, except we're going to have the material facing towards the front. Would bucktail work? The only thing with bucktail is it might be a little stiff. You know, it might be a little stiff is the only thing with bucktail. That's the reason I really like using that crafting fur. The bucktail might be a little stiff. I don't know. So we're going to grab some crafting fur again. Another chunk of crafting fur, y'all. And you can swap out the colors on this, obviously, and do whatever colors y'all want. All right, we're going to take this crafting fur and we're going to put it facing frontwards. Like that. Flip it over. We're going to do the same thing with the chartreuse. We're going to take a chunk of chartreuse. And put it facing frontwards. And when I'm wrapping this, I'm wrapping it basically in the same spot right there. Now, let me show y'all a trick. I've got like a hard plastic straw right here. We're going to put that plastic straw over the thread, over the material to push it backwards. And then we're going to make a little thread dam right here. The little thread dam just kind of holds it. Holds it back a little bit. Do I finish the cotton candy? Oh, I did the cotton candy fly. I have not fished with it yet. I haven't been fishing in the past couple of days, with that winter storm everybody's been having. So I haven't been in, I think, golly, it's been several days now since I fished. So, all right, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to flip the fly back over. We're going to take another chunk of white. Like I said, this fly is basically just layering material. So we're going to take the white. Flip it over and do the same thing with the chartreuse. Yep, we're making a fish fly, y'all. This is, obviously, this is chartreuse and white, but a lot of times I use blue on the back right here. I didn't realize, but I'm out of blue, so I got to get some more blue. Y'all might can see it coming together if I lower that light a little bit. Y'all might can see the you can kind of see it starting to come together already, like that. All right, now I'm gonna take and I'm gonna put some shiny on here, y'all. We're gonna add some shine to it. So I'm going to take some chartreuse flashing. I use these flies right here a lot, these big baitfish flies. I use these a lot when I'm fishing out there in the Gulf along the beaches. When you got those really big bull reds cruising the beaches along the islands on the Gulf, I'll throw these big baitfish flies. I'll throw these big baitfish flies on those big cruising fish, the ones that are cruising along the beach. All right, y'all, we're gonna take and put some chartreuse flashing on here. Sorry, y'all, I gotta put that light where I can see. And we can trim some of that off in a little bit. When we get done, we can trim some of that off. All right. When I use these flies, do I bait the end of the hook? No. This is just fly fishing. Bro, if you look on my channel, if you want to wait till after this thing, if you look on my channel, I've got like 700 fishing videos on there, man. And if you go under fly fishing, I got different playlists. If you go under fly fishing, you'll see us fly fishing, and you'll see the giant fish we catch fly fishing. I mean, we catch some monster redfish. So, all right, now we're going to take some, this is like a pearl colored flashing right here. We're going to take some pearl colored flashing. And we're going to do the same thing we did with that chartreuse flashing. We're going to take the pearl and put it on the bottom. And this is just going to add, some flashing, some flash to the fly, y'all. And the reason I put it, we're still gonna add more crafting fur material. I put the flashing kind of about 3/4 the way through my fly, because I don't want the flashing on the very front. I want it kind of back in the fly, so the rest of the material kind of holds the flashing down. So you'll see the flash in the water, but it won't be like overpowering, I guess. All right, now we're going to take another chunk of chartreuse. Bro, if you ever come down to Louisiana, that's what I do for a living, man. I take people out. Look, if you go on my website is listed on my channel. If you go on there, you'll see. So if you ever come down, you can do a trip with me. And if you don't fly fish, we do spinning rod trips also. So I do spinning rod and fly fishing. All right, we're going to flip this over and then put the white on. We are almost done with this fly. I'm just trying to find a good chunk of white, y'all. All right, we're going to do the same thing we just did. We're going to cut off this chunk right here. We're going to wrap this good. And now we're going to fold this over. If I can find my straw. There it is. How do I rig these flies? Um, I always tie my flies on with a loop knot. And so basically, you got your fly line coming off your fly rod, and then I run it down. I normally use for the redfish. I normally use 50 pound to a 40 pound fluorocarbon, or if I'm fishing sinking flies like this, I run a 50 pound to a 40 pound fluorocarbon leader. If I'm doing top water flies, I normally run I mess that up. If I'm doing top water flies, I normally run just a straight 40 pound monofilament leader. Because monofilament floats, fluorocarbon sinks. So, um, so yeah. So on my sinking flies, I got my fly line, of course, and then I run that down to a 50 pound going to a 40 pound leader. And then on the top water flies, I normally run a 40 pound mono leader. All right, y'all. Now what we're gonna do is we're tying a thread dam right here. We're basically damming this. We're damming this front part of this fly off right here to keep that thread pushed back. Like that. See how it looks kind of like a bait fish? Now we're going to put some eyeballs on here. I'm going to tie this off. We're going to add some eyeballs to it. And that'll be about that. This is just a little fly tire thing. You don't have to have one of these. You can use your finger and basically just tie little half hitches. But I use this right here just because it's so much quicker and easier. Yeah, I've got some recent videos on my channel from recent fly fishing charters, and you'll see some monster redfish being caught. All right, I'm gonna put some glue over this, and then we'll put the eyeballs on there. So we're gonna put some glue over this thread right here, y'all, just like always. Keep this thread from coming undone. Oh, thank you, Mr. Rich. Thank you. And then we'll add some eyeballs to it in just a second. All right, that's dry already. Let's add some eyeballs to it. Try to make it where y'all can see it better. Okay, I got some eyeballs right here. They're self-adhesive. Let me grab some glue. Let me grab the right glue. I got like 3 different ones. Which one is that? Y'all, now that I'm getting older, my near vision is getting blurry, but I can still see a redfish at 100 and something feet. It's crazy. I tell you what, I'll just use this glue right here. I haven't used it in a while, but it'll work. Okay. So we got these eyeballs right here. They're self-adhesive. I'm going to grab an eyeball. Although they're self-adhesive, I always add a drop of glue. So I got an eyeball right here. We're going to add a drop of glue to it. Anyway. Okay. And what I like to do, where the colors split right there, right in the middle, is where I'm going to add my eyeball. I'm going to do it to this side first because it's hard for me to do it, and then I'll spin it around for y'all. All right, so I got that one done. I'll add the other one. See the eyeballs? All right, now I'll take and put a little bit of glue around the edge of these eyeballs. So, and I'll hit it with ultraviolet light so they stay on there. And sometimes if the eyeballs get ripped off in the water, it's not really going to matter. You know, in other words, like if you start catching fish on them and the eyeballs come off, that's not a big deal. The fish are going to be more, they're going to be going more after the shape of the fly and the colors of the fly anyway. So if the eyeballs come off after a couple of fish, because sometimes they'll do that, ain't no big deal. Dry them a little bit more. We're just drying these eyes on there real good, y'all. And I'll show you one other trick. Something else you can do on these right here. You can take your glue and add just a little bit of glue to the very front of the fly, on top of the head and on the bottom. Just a little bit on the top and the bottom. And then feather that glue through there. It don't really matter what you use to feather it, but I've got a thing right here. There, I've got this little thing. You can feather that glue through there. And it's gonna help those the head of the fly, you know, the front of the fly on these fish. It's gonna help it keep that fishy pattern or whatever when it's in the water. And then just hit it with your ultraviolet light. The flies looking appetizing. You can use this for anything, bass, striper, whatever. I just, down here I use it for redfish. All right. We can trim off a little bit of this shine right here on top, a little bit of that flashing. Like I said, you can trim the fly up. So when this fly is in the water, it's going to lay back and take a shape, the color of a fish. I mean, not the shape of a fish. When you pull it through the water, it goes back into a fish shape. So it'll do like that in the water. That's basically it. You can cut it to a shape now, but you really don't need to, like I said. So there you go, y'all. Welcome, Mr. Mike. Exactly. When it's in the water and gets wet, it's going to go back into the shape of a bait fish. All right, y'all. See, it kind of does it just by messing with it, but anyway, we'll do one more of these, y'all, and then I will call it a night for as far as the fly tying. We'll do one more. I gotta put some different music on. I know I've been talking to where it's like barely even listening to the music, but let's see. All right. All right, let's do one more of those, y'all. This is actually be my last hook in this pack right here. What's my favorite fly? Right here. We actually tied some tonight. A Hopedale crab. It's a Hopedale crab. Trying to get where the colors look good for you, but that olive colored Hopedale crab over the years has been the most fish producing as far as redfish. The most fish producing this fly right there. We tied a few of those tonight. You can look them up online. I mean, I sell them, but you can also, there's other places that sell them also. Let's just call it a Hopedale crab. Hopedale. Hopedale is an area down here close to me, and that fly is just named after Hopedale. All right. Just doing a quick little thread base. Shout out Davey504 for base. All right. And we will start tying this fly. Flip it over. And we'll do the start on the belly. You know, the belly on most fish are like a lighter color on most fish, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna split this white up some so it goes around the hook. Flip it over. I don't know why this thing. There we go. Sorry, y'all. The music was acting weird. All right. See you later, G bro. Oh, you're welcome, man. Do I play bass? No. I like watching his videos. When I was younger, I played guitar a lot, and I mean, like I used to play like every day. And then over the years, I just kind of got away from it, so I hadn't even played guitar in a long time. I've even got pictures somewhere, my mama does or somebody. There's pictures out there of me playing guitar because I used to play all the time. But yeah, I don't even do that. Nowadays, I'm always being a fishing guide. I'm always trying to run fishing trips. And this time of year, the fishing slows down for me some. Not the fishing, but the charters kind of slow down. So this time of year, I'm busy trying to hustle and get trips booked. The fishing's great this time of year, but the charters just slow down. Is charters what you do for a living? Yeah. So when I take people out. Obviously, I do fly fishing, but I also do spinning rods, so I do both. It is fun. I love what I do. Um, but it's like very weather dependent. Obviously, you got to have decent weather. I've had a couple of trips cancel. I was supposed to fish these past couple of days, and they canceled because of weather. So it's very weather dependent. That's the only that's really the biggest downfall is it being so weather dependent. Sorry, y'all might not be able to see that good. All right, let's put some flashing on here. All right. What's up, hardworking man? I'm a hardworking man. All right, we're gonna put one more thing of chartreuse, one more thing of white, and then put the eyeball, and we'll be done with that fly. This is gonna be the last fly tie for tonight, y'all. We've tied, let's see, 6 flies already. and grab some more material. I don't think that's going to be a big enough chunk. Yeah, ties flies. Yeah, I watch his stuff. He is way more advanced than I am. You know, he ties like a lot of trout flies and stuff. And, you know, I tie saltwater flies basically. And the saltwater flies are just a lot easier than those trout flies. He ties some awesome looking stuff. I gotta bust out another pack of white, y'all. That crafting fur just gone. I got some right here. That crafting fur was about at the end of its lifespan. Yeah, they are for the same thing. It's all for fishing. His stuff, like I said, he just ties a lot of trout flies and stuff, which so he's trying to like match the hatch. He's trying to his flies are trying to you know, he's trying to be exact. And on saltwater flies, you know, these saltwater fish are normally pretty aggressive. So as long as you get it halfway close, you know, these saltwater fish are normally going to bite it. So what I'm doing, I'm making a thread dam right here to hold this back. We'll cut off all these little spare threads. But right now we're just tying the thread down. To keep all the material pushed back. All right. We'll tie this off and then we will put the eyeballs on there. What time did my live start? I've been going for 2 hours and 11 minutes. So it's been going for a while. Nothing like bull reds on a fly. That is correct. Let's see. Love it, man. If you look at my channel and you go under fly fishing, under my fly fishing playlist, you'll see a ton of bull reds caught on fly. I've got a lot of fly fishing videos on my channel. All right, I'm gonna add some glue right here, then we'll put the eyeballs on. And then that'll be the end of that fly, y'all. Yeah, I've been tying for a couple of hours. All right, let's put the eyeballs on there. Right here. They're self-adhesive, but I always put a drop of glue on them anyway. There's one. Let's put another one on here. All right, now we'll add some glue around the eyes. Does the glue hurt the fish? Dude, that's a hilarious screen name, man. Does the glue hurt the fish? No, it don't. That's hilarious. Now I'm just adding some glue around the eyes that we just put on there, just to help keep them on. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the top of the fly and to the bottom, and just feather it out. Love fishing. Keegan, that's me too. All right, where did my little, there it is. All right, I'm going to use this right here to kind of spread that glue out right there. All right, and now I will dry the glue. What's up, Lone Star? Y'all kind of catching me towards the end of my thing. I've been tying for 2 hours and 17 minutes. So this was going to be the last one I tie for tonight, y'all. Been tying 2 hours and something, so I'm about tied out for tonight. Been working. Wow. A drag mini bike. Would you like swap it out for a 4-cylinder or something? Trying to mimic a pinfish. Man, honestly, I just tied it. I normally have some blue, and I normally put some blue in it. I ran out of blue, but so it's just a chartreuse and white bait fish, honestly. It's pretty much dry. I need to trim up some of that. There you go, y'all. 22 horsepower though on a mini bike, man. That ought to be pretty substantial, I would think. All right, y'all. So we'll go over the flies. So tonight, we started off. We tied 3 of the Hopedale crab. Over the years, this has been like my #1 color and #1 pattern for redfish down here in Louisiana. This color and this pattern right here has been like the #1 over the years. So we tied 3 of those. Then just to have some fun, we tied some king cake looking, some Mardi Gras color flies. Because you know it's Mardi Gras. Oh, I'll see you later, man. Thank you. So then we tied some Mardi Gras color flies, some king cake looking, because it's Mardi Gras season. And then we finished up just to do something a little bit different than we normally do. We tied a couple of bait fish flies, y'all, just to finish it up. And these, when they're in the water, all this material will flare backwards like that, and it'll look like it'll take the shape of a fish when it's in the water. So, all right, y'all. Well, that's gonna be it for tonight. We tied for 2 hours and 20 minutes and 47 seconds. But thank y'all for watching. And how long have I been tying flies? I've been tying flies for probably probably a year, just a year and a half or something like that. But I've tied hundreds of flies in that year and a half because I tie. So I'm a fishing guy down here in Louisiana. So I've tied, here, I'll show you this. Like, this is just one box. So all that, and I've got Oh, thank you, Mr. Jeff. Thank you, thank you. I got 3 of these in my boat, and they're all full. So, um, and plus, that's not counting the flies that other fly fishing guides get from me and other clients get from me. I've tied hundreds of flies in that year and a half or so. So, all right, y'all. That's gonna be it for tonight. It's we've been tying for 2 hours and 20 minutes. So thank y'all for watching, and thank you for the thumbs ups tonight, and thank you for that $5 donation. I don't ever get donations, so that's really cool. I mean, I very rarely ever get donations. So thank y'all for everything. If you check out my channel, I've got like 700 fishing videos. So it's not just tying flies. If you go on my channel, you'll see spinning rod, you'll see fly fishing, you'll see offshore, inshore, you'll see some bass fishing. So if you go on my channel and check out my videos, y'all, I got a bunch of fishing videos on there. But thank y'all for watching, everybody, and I will catch y'all probably tomorrow.